Hello, everyone. This is my presentation on the three weekly culture builders from the course EDU 305. The first art piece that I chose is called Weaving Survival Basketry as Tradition, Commodity, and Art by Google Arts and Culture, which is a handmade basket created by a Native American artist from the Promo tribe. The baskets are known for their beautiful designs, natural materials, and deep meaning. They're made using skills passed down from generation to generation within the families. We don't know the exact artist or the date, but the basket style shows strong cultural traditions from the Native American communities in California. This is a quote that I found in relation to the selected art piece. It states, "On the one hand, he is born in the shadow of the stars and stripes, and he is assured it represents a nation which has never lost a war. He pledges allegiance to that flag which guarantees liberty and justice for all. He's part of a country in which anyone can become president and so forth. But on the other hand, he's also assured by his country and his countrymen that he has never contributed anything to civilization, that his past is nothing more than a record of humiliations gladly endured," by Baldwin, 1963. This quote really stood out to me because it shows how the Native Americans didn't really have a place or say in society, although they contributed so much to the community. They were never recognized for that, unfortunately. This basket, I believe, is more than just an art object. It tells a story about the Native American identity, their survival methods, and cultural pride. The patterns and materials shown on the baskets show a close connection to the nature and family history. The artwork is important because it helps keep the Native traditions alive, even though these have often been left out of educational lessons and curriculum for the most part. By sharing this basket, we show respect for the knowledge that comes from Indigenous communities and highlight how valuable it is. I chose this piece because it represents identity and belonging. Over the duration of the course, we talked about how students learn best when their culture is seen and valued. The basket shows the strength of the Native American traditions and reminds us that schools should include all type of knowledge and history. Adding to the gallery helps show that every culture matters, not just the ones that we learn about in textbooks. The basket connects to equity in education. Geneva Gay's video on identity shows how culture shapes the way students learn and see themselves in and outside of the classroom. When schools ignore this, it makes students feel left out. The ISBE Culturally Responsive Teaching and Learning Standards, MLO 8.1, asks teachers to learn about students' home lives and include that in their lessons. When teachers bring in culture items like this basket, they help students feel proud and more interested in learning. Overall, from this art piece and our classroom discussions, I learned how important it is for students to see their culture in school. It helps them feel proud and do better in class. Talking with my classmates helped me understand that students from all backgrounds want to be seen and respected. The basket and our learning showed me that equity means making space for everyone's story, not just teaching the same way to all. The next piece I chose to present is the mural Weaving Cultures, which is made by artist Hector Duarte along with students and people from the neighborhood. It was published by Chicago Public Art Group in 2016 in Pilsen, Chicago. It shows colorful images of people from different cultures holding hands and sharing things like music, food, and stories. You can see the vibrant colors, traditional clothing, and designs from different parts of the world. It was painted on a school wall to celebrate different cultures and bringing the community together. This is a quote to reference the art piece. "Nearly 1 in 4 American children lives below the poverty line, and a growing number are homeless, without regular access to food or health care, and stressed by violence and drug abuse around them. Educators now spend a great deal of their time trying to help children and their families manage these issues while they also seek to close skill gaps and promote learning," by Darling Hammond, 2014. Weaving Cultures is a special piece that I chose because it shows that everyone's background actually matters. The mural brings people together and shows how beautiful it is to learn from each other. It reminds us every day that school should not just teach facts, but also make students feel proud of who they are by incorporating their culture. The pictures share a message of working together and being a strong community, especially for kids who may not have always seen their cultures expressed through their school as growing up. I picked this mural for the final gallery because it matches our theme about identity and feeling like one belongs. It aligns with our class discussions, how important it is for students to feel seen and heard in school. When students see their culture and their learning, they feel better about themselves and they want to learn more. The mural also is a good reminder for teachers to include students' real lives and voices in the classroom. The mural shows what educational fairness and equity actually look like. Linda Darling Hammond says that many students live with things like poverty, hunger, and even violence. That's why schools need to support students in all parts of their lives, not just with schoolwork. Weaving culture shows that celebrating culture gives students comfort and strength. Beverly Tatum says that students learn who they are by how others actually treat them. When schools show all cultures in a good way, students feel proud. And we also learned about the folded map project and why is Congress redlining our schools, which explains how some schools have fewer resources because of unfair housing laws. Adding culture to school helps students feel included and respected. Overall, the mural in our class talked about fairness in schools, which is just more than just about the lessons. It means seeing each other as students and as a whole person and their own identities. Discussing with classmates helped me see how important it is to connect learning to students' lives. The mural shows that schools should be a place where everyone can feel proud of their background, no matter what they're going through, without any judgment. Equity in education means helping every student succeed by giving them what they need and showing that who they are truly matters. The last piece that I chose for the weekly culture builder is the artwork, which is a digital collage based on Arena 3, which is the first lesbian magazine in the UK, made between 1964 and 72. A group of students created the collage in 2024 to raise awareness about the LGBTQ history. The collage includes old magazine covers, quotes from readers, and words like community, pride, and belonging. The caption says Arena 3, a voice when there was silence. The artwork honors how the magazines helped lesbian women feel seen and supported during a time when they were often ignored. A quote to reference this piece states nearly 1 in 4 American children live below the poverty line, and a growing number are homeless without regular access to food or health care and stressed by violence and drug abuse around them. Educators now spend a great deal of their time trying to help children and their families manage these issues while they also seek to close skill gaps and promote learning. It's also by Darling Hammond, 2014. The artwork is powerful because it shows how important it is to be seen and heard. The pictures and words help us understand how much it meant to have a place to connect during hard times. It shows that people feel stronger and more hopeful when their stories are shared and understood. The piece also makes us think about who still feels left out today or who doesn't feel included. It connects the past to now and reminds us that everyone deserves to feel accepted. I picked this collage for the final gallery because it shares a message that is still important today. Arena 3 gave people a space to feel safe and respected, and that is something schools need to now do as well. In our class discussions, we learned that LGBTQ communities and students still feel unsafe or left out in school. The art stood out to me because it shows how much it matters to feel included. It reminds us that the school should be welcoming to everyone, regardless of their status. Fairness in education means more than treating everyone the same. It means helping all students feel safe, seen, and supported. In class, we learned from a CDC study that LGBTQ students are bullied more often, skip school, and have more mental health issues. That means schools need to do more to help these students. Lessons from supporting LGBTQ students in elementary school and transgressing borders shows teachers how to make their classrooms feel safe and kind and an inclusive environment. Just like Arena 3 gave people a place to feel accepted, schools should do the same for students in today's time. Overall, from this art piece and class discussions, I learned that true inclusion means knowing and respecting who students are. The article, More Than a Safe Space, taught me that being kind is not enough. Teachers need to build strong communities where everyone feels like they belong. When the LGBTQ community and students feel seen and supported, they learn better and feel more confident. Discussing with classmates helped me see how important it is to include families, tell many kinds of stories in class, and treat every student with care. Schools should be places where all kids feel important, and this artwork is a great reminder of that. And that wraps up my presentation. Thank you.